Hey guys, this is Tigers coming back to you with Overwatch 2, and today we are going to try and get the gold. So, first of all, we have got up to the point of where I can actually get another thing in the thing, which is kind of nice. I'm pretty sure it's just, like Saturday I last did it, because I streamed Overwatch again on Saturday. It was a literal additional.
We shine together. We shine together. All of
It
us.
wasn't a case of because of things were going to be changed for today. It was literally bonus, and I wanted to. At the minute, see, looking at the colours, like I think that at base, I think the blue, pink, and like white kind of can look nice because it's like a blue or a pink pale like body, and then with the white and blue outlines. Instead, it looks again from not even from base colours alone, the grey, the I want to say brown, and like the magenta, I think it is, kind of looks nice. And then you get to like this and the red. The red to me looks nice. I also kind of like the visor down too. So we are going to try and rank up. I have no idea how successful it's going to be. What I probably will do is do one game. If we win, I'll carry on doing it and then go based off that way. Just because I don't want to do 3 games of comp and then lose all 3 and then be like, well, never should have done this in the first place. Now for customization.
We shine together. We shine together. All of
Okay,
us.
so it's those 3 things, but as usual, it is playing up. So, we did get into silver on Saturday. If you missed that stream, basically I had like 5 games left, and guys, it was hell. It was a literal hell. I love playing Overwatch. I love playing Marvel Rivals, but at both points, both games, more Overwatch these days, considering it's more competitive base that does it. They're both like pushing me to my limits. And guys, my limits for games being able to take me from it's just a game to I want to burn everything down. Like physically speaking, not actually wanting to go into. I know I shouldn't have to state the fact of just as physically speaking, not actually going to go and burn something. But yeah, so and while we load that, guys, I'll be back in a sec because right now I can hear a tap and it is bugging me. So back in a second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. And also, if you can hear anything, again, it's my fan. I turned it off like I think it was like an hour earlier, and I was like, why the hell does my house feel like why the hell does it feel like I'm starting to get warm? Guys, we're in September. We're officially out of some summer. Why the hell does it feel like it's still like a mini, volcanic eruption? Also, guys, I think it is time for me to accept the fact of I'm out of the period where I can willingly get a gold weapon each season and get it for like current mythic. Yeah, I'm fine with the order. Just because I will double check after this, but I will quickly try and go through them now. I've got Genji's. Granted, his came later. I'm not going to say when I've got them, but I've got Genjis, I've got Junker Queens, I've got Kirikos.
Choose heroes to ban.
As usual, I don't want to deal with me. See, I've not played Overwatch competitive since Saturday, which means no one's really bugged me, so it's like, hold on, who are currently annoying? We're going for 3 really annoying DPS characters. Hopefully Symmetrian and Torbjorn do, but I doubt either of Symmetra. Why the hell's that one blank? Typically it goes if there's like 3 or 4 people want it, like 2 or 3 people want it, then it does. Silver 2 to Silver 1, okay, so it's 1 rank difference. Annoyingly, and it's the same joke I get to make every time. See, we have tank, we have support. I'm gonna Kiriko.
I'll find my own path.
Granted, I could go Reinhardt because I've got a weapon skin for him from loot boxes. Because apparently you can get the hard light skins from loot boxes, which I did not know. I don't know how many hard light skins they did, but like I know Reaper, Mercy, I think it was Reaper, Mercy, and Reinhardt I got one. Mercy's I wouldn't want one for because I've got her pink skins, and I like that more. Reaper, I like how his guns look for Chain King.
August here. Lucky you.
So hopefully this competitive doesn't, because guys, I'm saying if this first game ends up being like, oh my god, then I am turning around doing like I'm turning around doing like arcade. I might do 2 games of comp and then do an arcade game mode just to end, just to sort of end on a nice sort of, nah, this is a bit quieter than normal. This doesn't feel like World War 3. And guys, I know exactly why competitive, I don't know exactly why, but I know what does trigger me wanting, like, trigger the case of me turning into an absolute rage monster. It is literally competitive games. I don't know why, but like, playing competitive on Overwatch last week, on the weekend, on stream, like, why the hell is this bugging me so much? And it's like, okay, there's gonna be dumb players. That, I full on like, dumb players and questionable choices that some players were making.
Done playing around.
Also, getting chucked with gold players when I hadn't even got a rank yet, that was annoying. But then playing Yu-Gi-Oh earlier, trying to rank up from gold back into diamond, just because diamond's a nice little place to stay. Because it's a nice little thing that I can keep up, I can keep getting to that each season without, you know, going and being, without needing to jump all meta based. Okay, this isn't going to go well. I can record it now. And this one player earlier pulled out 2 of the most, I'm saying, disgusting Yu-Gi-Oh cards I've ever seen. Guys, there's 2 rank 12 there's 2 rank 12 Xyz monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh. And they can basically be bought out for nothing. I personally think they should be limited, and more specifically, I think in that case you shouldn't be able to have the one in your deck, and you shouldn't be allowed to have both of them in your deck. I don't use them because I don't run Xyz that often. At some point I probably will do a video of basically looking at my competitive Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Because if I was to show you a couple of my decks, you'd be like, wait, hold on, wait, you run those in rank? No, I really don't. There are a couple of decks that I don't run in rank, but then I've got like dedicated decks. Anything I've sort of got a couple of hand traps in, I don't mind running in the ranked games. but like I'm not taking a modern version of Kyber's best cards into a online match, because why someone by themselves would be pretty good, all of them together, I'd get shredded. Like Blue Eyes is good because of the Primite engine. XYZ is pretty decent still, I think.
Enemy spotted.
But yeah, like it was literally just this one person who had both, and it's like when people win because they activate like because a spell on Yu-Gi-Oh called Super Colonization. It allows you to fusion summon by discarding one card, and either field is up for grabs. I don't despise I don't despise Super Colonization. I think it is a really cool card, and it has some really cool niche effects. Like being able to fusion summon during the battle phase, and then being able to like use your opponent's monsters is really cool. Plus, anytime I think of Super Colonization, I always think of how it was first introduced in the anime, because it was introduced in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Season 3. A character called Jubel was trying to make the ultimate fusion card. This was known as Super Polymerization. Well, not Jubel specifically, but there was this character who was using, if you know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! You know when I say Dark World, they were using Dark World, and if you don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! But know anything about anime, you'll know one thing you don't do is play mind games with the protagonist. Because this person using Dark World cards decided to play mind games with the GX protagonist called Jaden by holding his friends hostage and, you know, killing them. Because per each card, like, he needed to sacrifice, like, each person that he sacrificed was one letter, and this person tried to pull Super Polymerization out before he had all of his targets, and Jaden just goes and says there won't be another turn, and that's how Super Polymerization gets created from that duel. A great bundle, and I'd probably say now one of my favorites, just because you have someone like Jaden who, guys, most Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonists aren't like, let's have fun and all that lot. Most of them are like, yeah, okay, you want this, you're getting this. Like, you bring this, you tell them it's war, they're bringing. Like, Yugi, in Season 1, had no problem when he was trying to rescue his grandfather, willingly letting Kaiba fall off an edge because of the aftershocks of an attack. Well, more specifically, Yami had no problem with it. Now, my personal point on whether Yami and Yugi should have, Kaiba willingly put himself on the edge, betting his life on the fact that someone wouldn't, you know, attack. You know, he made his bed, and he should have done the outcome. Although, guys, I'm saying that as based on the fact of I very much would have been one of the people that would have questioned whether I should have. Don't get me wrong, Blue Eyes is one of my favourite decks, it's the best deck I ever made. Kaiba, one of my favourite protagonists. Not protagonists, rivals. There's only one that comes closer, and I think it's like Zane, because Cyber Dragons are really cool. And that's, yeah, I would probably say Kaiba, Zane, and Jack are like my three favourite rivals. And because 5Ds is like my favourite series, Jaden's a really cool character. And Zane, when he was first introduced, was just like, here, take my 8,000 attack point monster and say goodnight. Not joking. Because back in the good old days of Yu-Gi-Oh, back in like 5 Duel Monsters, GX, and kind of 5Ds, back in Duel Monsters, spamming multiple monsters out one turn wasn't really a thing. There's the odd card that could do it, and if you had Monster Reborn and all that lot, you could bring back monsters from the grave. GX, it was, yeah, you had the odd bit of people being able to special summon. for them 5Ds, there was a load more special summoning. It wasn't until like Zexal where like special summoning took place a bit more, and then Arc 5. Range is the closest you're ever going to get to modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's because that released in like 2020. But yeah, so this person literally messing with Jaden. Again, never wind up an anime protagonist. They'll bring something that you can't handle. In this case, it was his Ace Concord element hero, Rio. And one thing, because they weren't in like the normal human world. They were in this different dimension where if you lose a duel, you take a trip to you take a nice little trip, and that trip isn't to a beach. And Jaden knew this.
Lost.
And as Jaden was so Jaden ends up getting Element here, Nea's back, goes for the attack and crashes into both monsters die. Then this person's just like, yeah, you can't win. After being cocky about being able to take polymerization out. Yes, because he's one of those dudes that's like, oh, I can bring out my death card. Shouldn't have jumped off the map. Yeah, tries to pull that shit too early and ends up suffering. We then don't see super polymerization until a later duel. That duel being Supreme King, who is Jaden, against one of his friends who uses fossil cards. Jim Crocodile. He uses fossil-based monsters, which are really cool. I do wish they had some more newer support. They work a lot different in the real world compared to the anime. In the anime, you needed like, I think for like one of his fusion monsters, he just needed like a level 4 dinosaur monster. In real life, you just need level specific monsters. Like they got rid of the case of you need dinosaur, you need a machine, which was nice and something that was definitely needed. So it was interesting during that duel. Jaden had this card called Evil Human Furnace Gamer that was banished because of its own effect, giving another monster 2 attacks. That comes back 2 turns later. So it's been 2 turns, that comes back, and Jaden's just like, I activated super polymerization. And both Jim and this other dude called, I think his name was Axel? Yeah, Axel I'm gonna say, I'm not 100% sure on that one. We're just like, wait, hold on, he's only got the one monster on the field and only got 1 card in his hand. He's got no cards in his hand. How's he gonna fusion summon? He's then just like, yeah, I'm using your field. Your field will now become my monster. He then brings out a monster and then just says goodbye. That was like the first time we see super polymerization in use. It was wonderful. Obviously, I do feel bad for Jim getting the run tender lap. But the way we saw super polymerization was great. They then brought it back in Arc 5, and I stand by this. I don't give a shit whether people like it or not. I wish they hadn't brought back super polymerization. It's brought back by this character called Yuri. Yuri is the definition of a textbook psychopath. I don't even think that's an understatement. He gets enjoyment and pleasure from watching his opponents suffer. Literally, one duel he took on five people. They brought out some really strong monsters on their first turn. And he said goodbye to all of them in the very next turn with like a stupid effect. It's like, I think it was like 12,000 attack point monster.
Done and done.
And he was laughing and enjoying every little bit about turning them into cards. Because in Arc 5 there was these 4 dimensions. Standard, which eventually became the Pendulum Dimension. The Fusion Dimension, which is where Duel Academy was. Which was then weird because Duel Academy had never been what it was and it would turn something else. The Synchro Dimension, with New Dominant City, which was brought back to how it used to be back back in the days of the rich were rich and the poor are poor, in the XE's dimension, that had to deal with war, and that was broken and destroyed because of the fusion dimension. Because of things like Obelisk Force and some elite warriors from the fusion dimension who declared war against them. Or because this person couldn't stand losing his child. Yeah. Not realising by doing all that, he then brought back the very being that his daughter sacrificed herself to stop. This being called Tsar, who was made up of 1 part Yuri, 1 part Yuya, 1 part Yuga, 1 part... Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he runs Dark Rebellion. But you had the 4-dimensional dragons, all that lot. Yuri had super polymerization in his deck. I'm sorry, we go through a whole thing of in GX that being like a really rare card, Jaden being the only person, and it costing him so much to have. Yeah, this psychopath has got it. He also had another card called Ultra Polymerization, but I'm not going to go into that because I don't know its effect, and Super Polymerization is valor. Yeah, guys, Yuri is the type of person who is not cocky, would run a structure deck, because Obelisk Force had these structure decks based on an Ancient Gear structure deck. Yuri was that cocky that he would duel against top level duelists like Alexis Roach, who is a top level duelist. She's no slacker. And still win. Yeah, it wasn't a complete structure deck, because if it was, he would have lost. Because those only had polymerization, they didn't have super polymerization or any other fusion card. Alexa comes prepared to deal with fusion summoners. Although my main problem with Arc 5 is... But yeah, my main problem with Arc 5 is it brings back so many legacy characters and reverts them back to how they were before the end of the series. Because at the time, I don't think at the time I'd seen 5Ds, I definitely hadn't seen Zex at the time. Reigns wasn't out, because at the time I'd only seen Duel Monsters, GX, and then I went and straight watched Arc 5. Which is now, when I stand by this and I say this, why? Just why? Alexis Road wasn't much different from what she was in GX. She's still this person who is still fighting for a good cause, and still using her Cyber Angels. Asta Phoenix gets brought back, and he's basically just the equivalent of... I'm sorry, but he is not Asta Phoenix. When Asta Phoenix was introduced in GX, he sent Jade and Yuki, the protagonist, a nice little thing of, nice meeting you. She kicked his ass from about 3 different ways to Sunday. Because in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, there was about 3 people. In the actual anime, there was 2 people who run Elemental Heroes. Asta ran a few of them, the few basics. Like, there was like 5 of them he ran. Jaden ran a lot more. But then I don't know if he then gets rid of them or still has them in his deck. I have no idea. I don't think we ever see him use them again. Lengo's just using Destiny Heroes. Jaden then adopts the Neospatians and adapts them into his deck, but still uses the Elemental Heroes. But in the manga, I've not read it, but I know this. Asta uses cards called the Vision Heroes. Jaden uses Elemental Heroes, but then picks up the Mask Heroes. Because this other person who I don't know his name uses the Elemental Heroes. So yeah, again, I don't know much about the manga. As far as I'm aware, the only manga that is anywhere similar to how it was in the anime is Duel Monsters. Except one of the changes I know there is I know this because of how the Dark Side Dimensions it was produced. In that, Kaiba won one final duel against Yugimoto because, not Yamayugi, because he never got to see his rival again. In the anime, he's there when Yugi and Yami duel. He gets a tiny bit of closure. So, but in the manga, he doesn't.
The spring flows anew.
Which, I'm happy that the anime Kaiba got closure. I also do think Kaiba's one of the only few people who could go toe. I don't think he could have beaten the Pharaoh himself. I think he could have potentially got a draw, or pushed him to needing to bring something good out. But Yugi was one of the only people who could. Why am I already here? Oh. So we have 3 DPS.
Flashed away. Let the Kitsune got you. Kitsune gains new champions.
I think he's kind of a... But yeah. But like, Art 5 kind of ruins a few legacy characters. Like, Asta Phoenix is no longer Asta Phoenix because, again, first introduced, he whooped Jaden's ass. Not yes, no buts. He also whipped and said, because when we first see him duel against, because Jaden beats them in his first duel, he wasn't using a proper deck. Which does mean he actually does need his actual deck to win against Jaden. He can't just pick up any random set of cards and win. But he shows off, he brings out like Elemental Hero, he brings out Elemental Heroes like Phoenix Enforcer and Shining Phoenix Enforcer. Zane's first words are like, Elemental Heroes, I know how to deal with them. I've dealt with them, I've dueled Jaden I've dueled Jaden on several occasions. Doesn't actually say that, but that's what he's kind of thinking. It's like, I've gone toe-to-toe with Jaden, I've won against Jaden, this'll be easy. He'd never gone against Jaden's Elemental Hero Shining Wingman though. Actually, yes, he did. And he only managed to get a draw. Sorry about that. Like, no, hold on, no, wait. He did in the finale. It was Jaden's Elemental Hero Shining Flame Wingman versus Zane's Cyber-Ended Dragon powered up to... These monsters were powered up to like 21,000 plus. Because Zane brings it out with 8,000. Activates limit removal, bringing it up to 16,000. If Zane doesn't win this turn, he loses because of Power Bond's effect. Jaden then activates a card called Battle Fusion. If your fusion monster attack, you can activate this card. I don't know whether in the anime it was a case of if you're attacked by a fusion monster. If your fusion monster attacked by a fusion monster, it would make sense in the anime. But if your fusion monster attacks or is like is in battle, you can activate this and gain attack equal to the difference. Jaden activated it and had a lot more attack. He gained like 16,000 on top of his Shiny Flame Wingman, which I have no idea what it was at this point. James was like, no, two minds think alike. He activates his Battle Fusion. And it's like, wait, what now? They both had Battle Fusion ready just to go? That was a waste. I'm saying that because I don't think no one's going to make most of it. Yeah, maybe, actually. I don't think I'm going to play the game because I was dead. But like, I'm pretty sure I'm one of the only people who was consistent in all of that because it was me, Diva. I think Soldier Mike, because I think Soldier was also present during all of that team. But yeah. So both monsters then brought out over a stupid amount. Jaden then plays one of the funniest cards that would not be practical today and was barely practical then. Final Fusion. Both players take damage equal to the attack points of their monsters. Combined attack points of the monsters. Bear in mind, Jaden's Shining Flame Wingman base attack combined with Zane's Cyber End normal fusion, normal summon with polymerization, no power bond, no limit removal. That'd be enough to finish both players off. Bear in mind, Jaden had gained life points during this stall, so that'd be enough to finish both players off. Standard in Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, it's only 4,000 life points. So Jaden then had to go and say, I'm gonna say F you to like 21,000 attack points. And it was a draw. So getting back to what I was saying, Zane thought you could take Caster Phoenix. Got one of my heroes, he knows how to deal with them. And he's thinking this dude doesn't look like... And Jaden even comments on the fact that, wait, I beat him. Yeah, it turns out, no, this prep school kid, because I'm saying prep school, I'm pretty sure he does come from it, does have some money behind him back. And bear in mind, this dude is a pro. Makes Cyberend look like a puppy. And if you want more proof of this, if you know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, or Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, this is where the term Hell Kaiser comes from. Because in the Japanese, Zane becomes Hell Kaiser. Because he goes on a losing streak, gets the Cyber Dark deck, gets the Cyber Dark deck after he becomes back winning, but this one annoying dubbed character, who is the most annoying person, and I don't blame Zane for turning around and saying F you to this dude. I would have said it at the beginning of it all. His voice alone is like, no, please, I don't need that. That is too far going for torture. Pulls that Cyber over his Overdragon. 6 monsters, 6 attacks. I have no idea what the monster's attack points were. And wins. Because the son of a bitch decides to turn around and say, because he has a card called Machine Virus, or Systems Down, I think it was. Basically, it gets rid of machines. Yeah, he's like, oh, I need one monster to tribute. I'll get rid of you next turn. That's bye-bye, and I win for game. He was wrong. Dane then pulls out, my monster has 5 more attacks. He has 6 attacks. 1 for each head. And then we see a combined total of 6 attacks, 1 and 1. In reality, it would look like 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attack, 4 attack, 5 attack.
I'll find my own path.
Which was when Hell Kaiser was born. Or in other words, Edgy Zane.
Massive force. A lot more firepower than a gang of kids.
What? You think we shouldn't fight back?
But yeah, getting back to Art 5 kind of really legacy characters. Thankfully, they didn't bring back Zane. Apparently, Cyber Dragon Infinity was mentioned, and I did not know it existed at the time of Art 5. I thought that came out, like, actually, I don't know when Art 5 came out, so it would make sense. But yeah, as the Phoenix is no longer this sort of like, I can go toe to toe with you, so don't give me a reason to. Like, Astrid only ever lost a few times in GX. Jaden was one of those only people. And Chaz got a sneaky win from him in Season 4. Alexis was still kind of the same, but she kind of felt more of, like, more of the case of, like, I've seen some shows basically have a strong female lead just to sort of get people to not go and say, yeah, you're not representing females. The reason I love Yu-Gi-Oh! And a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, they never showed it, but they never said it, but they showed the fact of Alexis could go toe-to-toe with some of the best. She went toe-to-toe with Jaden and almost beat him. Akiza is in... I say it's in, I don't know what her last name is. Akiza, who uses Black Rose Dragon, went toe-to-toe with the best. But yeah, We then have Kite who comes back, who is a lot more of a case of he loses all of his compassion that he gained in Zaxel. Bear in mind, I hadn't yet seen what he was like at this point in time when I first saw that Arc 5. So I didn't know he went through the case of, because in Zaxel he's this really caring person who's trying to save his brother. In Arc 5 he's like, the mission comes first, must take care of them. Like, I don't care whether I'm considered better than them or not. I will turn them all into cards because they've turned us into cards.
I feel all warm inside.
I'm gonna wait till we get around the corner and activate ult.
Soothing your wounds.
Jack Atlas was then brought back to his original I'm the king of games sort of bullshit, like back to him being a douche. That should help get game. But Jack Atlas was taken back to how he was in the beginning of 5Ds, which was only out for himself. He then gets brought back to a normal level. Crow's still the same person he was. That's because Crow's personality for like most of 5Ds was, I've got responsibilities, I need to take care of these kids. That was his personality for most, and it wasn't. That's kind of putting it mildly. He was more of a case of if he could help a friend, he was going to. Did I actually rank up from that? I did. Okay, yeah, we'll do one more game. $11 loot boxes. But I'd say I must be on the verge of getting a. If it's not this one, then it's the one after it. It's gonna be the one after it, isn't it? Okay, the next loot box I get is guaranteed a legendary. Okay, I will deal with Sojins and Mythics equipment, like equipping the new stuff to after this. And then for the Rialto. But yeah, guys, some of the legacy characters that were brought back in Arc 5 were kind of just a case of they took what was their personalities when they were introduced and made it their whole thing. Like, Jack Atlas was the master of faster, yet he evolved from just being a soulless person. Kite was taken from being a number hunter to save his brother Hart to I must destroy them all. I'm gonna say the same that I did last time because no one has bugged me, and I have a personal vendetta against all of them. Zarya is annoying to deal with, and Symmetra can be annoying to deal with. Except I went for Torbjorn last time. I'm presuming Zarya will. I'm presuming it'll be Moira, Symmetra, and Zarya. No Moira, Sombra is on that list. Which I knew she was. Guys, what rank is that? Silver 2 to Gold 4. How many did that? Bear in mind, guys, these are all reset. Most of them are reset today. Changing pace is the only thing that only resets when you complete it, and that will get completed by the end of the week.
I'll find my own path.
It's just one of those things that, okay, so I literally need 9 more games. It'll be 8 after this, so it'll be the next couple of days. No, Friday. Which, depending on whether I've got plans on Friday night, will depend on whether it get done at normal time or almost 12 o'clock at night time.
You were not the only thing I lost.
Because, guys, I have like 5 games that have dailies, and I do 3 of. Only play for about 3 of them. There's Genshin Impact, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and Overwatch. Yu-Gi-Oh! and Overwatch, Overwatch I can kind of do in the afternoon. Yu-Gi-Oh! It doesn't. UK-wise, it doesn't reset until about 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. When the times go back, it will be about 6. And then Genshin I get done basically as soon as I log on to PlayStation in the morning. It's like one of the first things I do. But then there's also things like Honkai Star Rail, which I've played, and then there is Marvel Rivals, but that kind of doesn't have dailies anymore. Challenges that reset every few days. There's also Fortnite, which I think has dailies, but I don't play. And see, guys, what typically happens is I will get into a Fortnite season, play about 2 games each day for about a solid 2 weeks, and then completely forget it exists. It's why the only games I get battle passes for anymore are Overwatch, because I know I can complete it, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, because it doesn't cost me money. Because with Master Duel, you basically you have the option of being able to buy it with actual cash, or if you're smart enough, you earn enough from ranking up. We have 3 support, but we have a Torbjorn. We're doing better than I thought we were. Going to. I knew where the Widow was. I wasn't going to be able to get a shot on her. I was trying. I knew I was going to die though. But dying meant I was essentially able to get a pinpoint accurate, and then, you know, markers for our snipers. We have 2 of them. You're telling me 2 snipers can take out 1 Widow? And this is why I compared D.Va to the equivalent of Hulk when he threw his banner. Both are a pain to deal with and a deadly threat when they have their mechs or they're in their Hulk forms. But you take them out. You take them out of their mech, or you take them out of Hulk, and you're dealing with Baby D.Va or Bruce Banner. It's not too much of a problem. They didn't have no special tricks, they just have a gun. But then when you annoy them and they get back those really cool fancy toys, yeah, I got both supports, that's annoying. But yeah, then if you do happen to annoy them, they then get back those fancy toys and they come for revenge. There's been a few occasions where I've annoyed divas. Also, never annoy Mercies. They always seem to have some sort of equivalent of a Genji or someone or a tank that's like, you picked on our pocket healer. Like, you don't pick on the Mercy because there's usually a Genji. Which by definition is kind of sweet that Genji's looking after the Mercy. But it's a lot more scary when it's not necessarily Genji, because you sort of get the whole enemy team. It's like, wait, you've killed our Mercy. That's annoying. It'd be nice if they could. I don't think they're going to get moved that quick. I think I can probably get back before they get pushed.
That was interesting.
Never mind. Guys, I probably shouldn't, and I don't... It is kind of annoying when you have like your team that's sort of like running for you. But in that case, it's a literal case of, by the time I got back, they pushed it. I hold it off for like a second. I would have ended up turning around, so I just waited a second, and it's not... See, I don't get why when a Mercy gets bullied, it's like you get the full team, you know, trying to back them up and trying to get revenge. But when it's a Kiriko, it's like, hey, it's fine, she can take care of herself. Although I will say now, it's kind of funny when you only have that one support and it's just like they seem helpless and defenseless, and you just have the one sneaky player on the enemy team that comes, and it's like, and you just have the full enemy, you just have your full team that just turn around, and it's like, you've picked on something you really shouldn't have. It's like a Spider-Man when you go after someone who he loves or cares about. Like, is that May or Mary Jane or Gwen? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna put dirt in your eyes, and it never gets old, and it's always funny. Just like, wait a minute, my team cares. It's always nice when you find out that your team actually, you know, do like you, and they don't just consider you worthless, or the equivalent of heels. Thank you, Juno, that's helpful a lot. I would activate ult, but I think we're going to push above. Take D right there. Thank you, Reinhardt.
Thank you. Don't let up. We don't have much time.
No one can hide from my sight.
Let me keep shooting.
Yeah. Hopefully. I wanted to place it up where I did, just because I thought it'd be more useful to be able to go around the corner. Reinhardt, I'd say, Reinhardt, you hold the point. You are the tag. You are the bare bones of this team. Well, he's dead. Never mind. 2, almost 3. That's kind of decent. All we have to do is hold the first point.
Score 2-0. Switching sides. Prepare for battle.
Now guys, what's kind of funny is the fact of earlier Drive's got messaged me, which is going to kind of be funny if it's daily at this point, if I wanted to play a game called Ready or Not. I mentioned it yesterday's stream. And tomorrow it's going to be annoying if you message me asking, hey, do you want to play it tomorrow night? It's like, I've got Craft on to record.
I'll find my own path.
See guys, the reason why I like when I record Craft Mod, it always cheers me up. Always. That last 2 episodes, happy as anything recording.
Overwatch.
Like, literal case of in my element.
What's up? Hello there. If we do this right, they won't even know what happened.
And the one nice thing about when the fact that we're recording Craft on Wednesdays is I come from the case of streaming Overwatch on Tuesdays and sometimes being like, to then going and streaming New Adventures on Thursday and being like, yeah. To having a went on a Thursday and then having Wednesdays be like, ah, this is glorious. Like, Craftmon literally does just bring joy recording. Damn it, I was trying to get to Widow to help her, but... Ideally, if Hanzo was to change to a tank, you know, something like Reinhardt, or, you know, a Diva, just another tank, it'd be useful. The reason I say Reinhardt, see, technically speaking right now, we could probably win if we just went on the charge with like 5 tanks. You know, 5 tanks, 1 Mercy, or, you know, 4 tanks, a Mercy Ana.
I licked my wounds. Let's go.
No one can hide from my sight.
Hey. More
It was a soldier. Who? When the hell did they get 10,000 healing? I don't remember having a Moira. Never let Diva get a chance to charge up her mare. It's always going to, you know, resolve in disaster. The one benefit, and it's a very small... Yeah, okay, yeah, this game's a loss. Maybe. Hopefully not.
under my protection. Enemy turret is on fire. Let the Kitsune guide you. Nerf this.
Last week, you're not going to let Diva keep her mare. Although we'll say, Overwatch Tonight's not been that bad. Like last Tuesday, it wasn't really that bad. It was kind of still kind of stressful trying to get my rank, but not that bad. Yeah, okay. My fears have come true. We're not going to push them back for 4 minutes. Like, if we do, it'd be a miracle. But again, we replaced him with Gold 4 players, and we've got Silver 2. Now, I say the same thing every single time, and I was going to say it on Saturday, but I never did. I can guarantee you now, the Gold 4 players will be on the enemy team. Guarantee you now.
Flows anew.
See, it's my one that, like, I kind of wish... I get it'd be a lot more annoying. But, like, I kind of wish you couldn't be put in games. But if you've got friends who have, you know, gold and all that lot... Yeah. Who are gold and all that lot, and then you get... Then you start playing it, and you start playing your placement match with them. I kind of wish you couldn't. Just because it's kind of like, oh, I can get carried. It's like, yeah, you might get placed in something with you might get placed with like a gold, a diamond player, but you're not going to be able to keep up that level. 2 wins, 1 loss isn't too bad, and I'm presuming it's not going to stupidly affect me. I will take that. 8% into Silver 1, I will take that. Now, what's a nice cool battle match.
Shine together, all of us.
Oh, it's armor. See, I was wondering what it was, because from an angle it looked like a mast, but it's like, well, that's mast. I will also show what's in the shop. It's kind of cool, and it's kind of stuff that I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of interested. But you have the formal Dreams Mega Bundle, along with the 4 skins, and going over them separately, yeah, I think Juno's kind of worth it. It does look like a really cool skin. Kiriko's is my favourite, and I'm kind of tempted. Anna's is kind of one of my more favourite Anna skins. And Symmetra, I think is still pretty cool. I would probably want to get the Mega Bundle. I have no idea. I have no idea how long it's in, and how much would it cost me? Yeah. Yeah. See, I wasn't 100% sure whether the prices would, but yeah, they do. But yeah, you've got the floor skins, and I like my Juno Mythic, but I do think it's a really cool skin. I'm a sucker for Kiriko. Kiriko skins for me, I'm kind of a sucker for them. Even if they're just like basically and they look kind of really cool, I'm like, yeah, that's a really cool skin. I need it. Anna, I'm kind of happy that she's kind of got something that makes her. Anna typically is an older woman, but I kind of like when they do give her skins that make her look a bit younger. And then Symmetra is one of her nicest skins and still looks cool. That makes me kind of think like this is more of a unique wedding dress sort of look. You have the poolside Mega Bundle that's still in there. You have the Ultimate Battle Pass, the Premier Battle Pass, and then the Starter Pass. You have Cassidy's Complete Mythic Weapon Skin. You have the Cowboy Bebop Mega Bundle, which, again, I ignored the first time round. Because, again, the only skin... Okay, apparently I didn't completely ignore it. Again, the only skin I was like, I'd want from it would be Ashes. But I also got Sombras, because that's not half bad. Question why I got Sombras. But Jet Black is here, and then Spike Special here. But they're only in now until next week. But what's currently not here is the Maximilian Vault. But it's turned out to be a really cool season. The things I am happy about, and I'm showing them off now, because I showed them off on Saturday, but if you didn't see Saturday stream, I did get the gold and black skin for Ash, and it looks amazing. It honestly... Like, the gun alone looks really cool. I think that looks way too gold, but, like, you barely see it. Her coat, that looks kind of really cool. Bob looks way too shiny, and I wish he had a bit more black, but I still stand it by him looking really cool. But Ash is my favourite from it. And I also did get Widows. And annoyingly now, I do want to get her Mythic Weapon. Because I'm starting to like this. I'm not the biggest fan of how this looks. I wish they had given it a different gun look. I 100% would have taken this. Or something similar to this. All that, but I would have preferred that, because that looks so much more cooler. I want them to make that a weapon skin. I honestly do. Because that looks amazing. There was also Reinhardt's Hard Light skin. Which, I will say now, Baron Demon looks so much more cooler. It really does, and it goes well with Thor so much. But, I stand by my principles of 99% of the Mythics. Weapons, I'm not that fussed over, and I'd rather have the Mythic skins. Literally. Cassidy's kind of cool, not the best. Reapers, I think I prefer the ones I've already. I prefer his Chain King weapons. Soldiers, I think kind of looks cool. Game Changer and Lead Rose would be weapons I would consider, but I prefer Ash's Mythic one, her standard weapon, which comes with a Mythic anyway. Anna's, I think, are kind of cool. Mercy's, I think, look kind of goofy. But what I was saying earlier is, how many people do I have gold weapons for, and why do I have to actually admit now? It might be time to admit that I don't think I'm going to get another gold one. I don't think I'm going to ever be able to catch back up to my pace. Someday I might be able to. I doubt it, though. So going over characters who I have gold weapons for, and looking at the first, like, 9 characters, like, okay, that's, so hold on, no, wait. Genji. Jungle Queen. Kiriko. Sigma. Sigma was like my second ever one I ever got. Tracers. At the beginning of Overwatch 2, me, Blue Ninja, Lord Rain, and I think a bunch of other people basically got a load of points to get golden weapons and like the weapon skins for them. A load of them. I think I got enough to get like 30. Like 10 overall. But I think it was like 30,000. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm getting a load. But I've got tracers. I've got Alice, which I keep forgetting I have. I don't have Hanzo's. I have Arissa's because I got hers when it came out. I have Moira's. Moira's and Arissa's, any that don't show up properly in this, I'll show in the actual hero gallery.
Don't fail me. I'll be right behind you.
Mercy's. Ashes.
I'm the last Empress you'll ever cross.
I might also just show Ashes. Reaper's my first. Widowmaker.
I aim to captivate.
Even though it looks absolutely terrible there. Reinhardt. Zen, who look terrible there. So it's Mercy's, Zen's, Arissa's, Moira's that I will then show. I don't have Sojans. I don't have Juniors. I do have Divas. So I don't think I have Juniors. It's still one I'm kind of tempted to get. Because that does look really cool. Mercy's. Moira's. Rissa's. And then Ashes. Which I did show off like 2 seconds ago. But yeah, I don't have. I think Hanzo and Juno are like the only two I don't. And if Overwatch were ever nice and decided just to go and, you know, chuck, I don't know, 12,000. If I could basically get any, I'll say 5. I was lucky. Overwatch decided to give people the option to be able to get 5 new gold weapon skins, weapon variants. What ones would I get? I'd get Hanzo, so I'd get Juniors to complete that. They're the only 2 I'm missing. I'd also then get Sojin, so I could be caught up. I'd get Freya's. And I have no idea who my fifth would be. Like, part of me was like, do I really give up? And it's like, hold on, wait a minute. It's Juno and Hands are the only two. Juno and Hands and Sojun I'm missing. Theoretically, if I play a load of comp in the next couple seasons, I might be able to. Also, I would have had another one by now. But, like, when I had, like, half, like I think it was last year, I had half. And then for some reason, that half got wiped. It's back when they introduced the green weapon skin variants. It's like, oh, what now? I think I've bought one since, but, like, again, I think the next one I'd love to get Freya's, and just because it looks so cool. Jade Hunt doesn't look too bad. I think Galactic was really cool for her, but Golden does definitely, you know. I think Juno is probably going to be my next gold weapon. Now, does Freya have any skins that I don't have? Scarlet, which I decided to skip. Galactic, which that looks cool. It's a League skin. Streetwalker. Streetwear. When the hell was that in? Home and away. I prefer the home because the blackout's breaking it up compared to full orange. But yeah, guys, so those were 3 games, and they were good. They weren't worse. They could have been better. I would say there's a potential chance I might end up doing an additional Overwatch stream this week. I very much doubt it. Basically, I think if I see the reason I say doubt it is, it will depend on Friday. It 100% does, because Friday ends up being free. I will then potentially end up doing Marvel Rivals then, and I might end up streaming Overwatch on the weekend. I might. I'm not promising it. I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no. It was nice doing a couple additional streams, but I don't want to go back to essentially streaming every single day or doing content every single day. Because last week, and it really did put into consideration when, guys, after having, like, I've basically went from, because last week it was, I don't think I streamed the weekends beforehand. Because I think I was just Saturday. I don't think I streamed Sunday. It was Monday, Tuesday streams, Wednesday New Adventures, not New Adventures, Craft Mom. Thursday streams, Friday streams, no. Friday break, but New Adventures, no, Craft Mom, so new content. Saturday stream, Sunday stream. And even though Friday I was out when the video got uploaded, I didn't really get a chance last week to get out of sort of content mode, because I'm never going to be able to turn around and say I'm not focused on content at any point in time. Never. I'd have to, it basically turn around to take me, because I'd full on clocked that, like, before I had stopped uploading videos. Also, thank you guys for all the continued support of Grafmon. It's growing really well. I'd like to gain more subs. I'd like people to subscribe if they're enjoying the series, but again, I'll bring it up when I record it tomorrow. But 3 years ago, episode 180, Christmas Day, then there was episode 179, I'm Back, and I thought those 2 episodes, it's like, you know what, I'm back, I'm doing this. Because then the previous one was 178, and it's like, Christmas again. It had been 4 years before I had actually got back. It'd been almost 4 years since I'd been in content mode. Come the following year, because I'd had basically a year where it's like, no, and it's like, okay, I'm going to do it, I need to. And that was basically the thing I was in. I carried on putting them off, I did a couple episodes, the Christmas one, and then the one where it's like, I'm back, everybody. And even then, the Christmas Day one wasn't much sort of pull into it. It was just a quick, yeah. There probably will be a Christmas video, and even then, I don't know when Christmas Day is. Basically, guys, there might end up being 2 videos on Christmas. I don't know. No. See, basically, what'll end up happening for Christmas, because it might depend. Because Christmas will be a Thursday, which will be typically when I'll be streaming new adventures. If I'm still doing new adventures at that point, which I'm not 100% sure if I am, I'm not saying I'm stopping it. But who knows? There will still be some form of video. There probably will just be a quick, simple 5-10 minute video where it's just like, Merry Christmas, hope you enjoy, Happy New Year, and schedule will be back to normal, be back to a normal pace in the new year. Because from the 22nd to the 31st, no, the 22nd to the 5th, it's going to be a case of, if there's no content, it's because it's over the Christmas period. But again, nothing probably will change, and I probably will, but it will just be a case of streams won't be in a normal. Like, if I stream on that, it's not going to be a simple just case of, hey guys, Happy Christmas and all that lot. It'll be a case of, wee. Because again, guys, 22, I've not spent Christmas with alcohol, and my sister with. I've spent every single Christmas for a good 5-6 years at this point with alcohol in my system. Like, guys, I was raised in a case of, I think it was like 14 when both my parents were like, we'd rather let you drink in front of us than you go behind our back. So they did. But yeah, so I don't know if there will be additional content this week. Depending on what, it will depend on what I've got Friday. Because guys, if I'm not out Friday, if I'm in, I will then stream the Marvel Rivals video. Or, if Rivals will get pushed to Saturday, I will then stream Overwatch, take a break, stream Overwatch, then stream Rivals on Saturday, and potentially stream Overwatch again. But I don't want to go essentially almost 3 weeks, no break. I don't know. Guys, the reason I like essentially having Sundays off, because they're kind of my only guaranteed day where I can sort of just chill. It gives me time to get out of content mode. And not that I don't like doing content, but it took me a year before I was out of need to do content. Because 179, 180 of Quest, they were forcing me to do. I forced myself to do content now. After that, and the following Christmas when it came, it's like, I need to do Quest. And I can do it tomorrow. It basically was like, yeah. It basically was just a case of I was trying to do it, and it's like, nope. Because the episode I'm back, I was full intended of coming back to doing content. Weekly uploads, the lot. I think my plan was potentially once a week. Like, not 2 episodes a week, but like once a week. So, but I will happy enough say, if me taking that break, if everything that's gone on with me with the channel has gone on for a purpose, and it's landed me in this place, if this place ends up me being able to do content as a full-time job, because I don't, it's a hobby at this point, I would love to. I'd love to be able to put 100% into doing content. I can't at the minute because bills need to be paid. At some point, if I did have enough of a fan base and enough subscribers, I would probably just open up something like Patreon, or have a separate thing with the case of a membership thing where you can pay, like, say, a quid a month, and you get like a bonus video, or you get something like Craftmon a day or something earlier. But again, that'd be all stuff I'd think about in the future. But either way, I will say Overwatch has been fun tonight, and I hope you lot have enjoyed, and if you haven't, then tough luck. But either way, guys, this is Tiger signing out. there won't be streams tomorrow because of recording Craft Mod. Stream will be back Thursday, and Craft Mod will be out Friday. But anyway, this is Tiger signing off. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.